Can you tell me why it's so important for Covenant to be a member of AP3?
Yes, that's a great question. So we know we have a great product, and there's so many vendors popping up overnight. And on the other side, as a buyer, how do you know that that's a good product, right? So the biggest thing for us is, again, we know our clients are thrilled, a lot of value in the product, but having somebody like ASHHRA and going through the vetting process and how extensive it was, it just helps underline the value we see in our product.
So, as a leader in your industry, what challenges are HR leaders coming to you with?
I think it's primarily three different things. One is speed. So how quickly can we hire? And then quality. We're seeing more and more resumes that are generated via AI, so the perfect resume. So how do you vet and ensure you're hiring quality candidates? And then of course cost as well. It's so important to reduce the time to fill because you have open positions, which in healthcare can mean patients are not cared for, you have overworked staff, you're paying overtime. So the quicker you can fill those positions, the better for the organization.
So can you tell me how Covenant is helping healthcare organizations solve these problems?
So with our technology, when someone applies, literally they're evaluated in 2.2 seconds. And then if they score a certain threshold, they automatically receive a text and a video to interview for that job. So we literally have candidates interviewing for jobs 5 minutes after they apply. Let's say you have 500 people apply for a job. With Scout, our avatar that does the actual screening, all 500 are looked at. Most organizations, you may look at 50, find good enough, hire them. Just by virtue of going through everyone, you're gonna have better talent. And then from a cost perspective, we've seen easily 2.5 times recruiter output. So in other words, they are spending more time with candidates in video interviews as opposed to scheduling interviews, going through resumes, et cetera.
Can you share an example of how Covenant has helped a healthcare organization solve these problems?
So we had a client in Canada, and they had a requirement that candidates must be Canadian citizens. Well, what they were finding is they would get on an interview, and even though they said in the application process they were a Canadian citizen, a human would interview them, ask them, are you a Canadian citizen? Just to be told no. So what they did on the questions that Scout asked, they made the first question, are you a Canadian citizen? And so they saved countless hours of humans finding that out when Scout found it out for them.
So why do partnerships like AP3 matter?
So when you have a well-established, credible organization such as ASHHRA evaluate your product and recommend it to others, it just speaks and gives your organization more credibility.